Next up, I'll be calling up Apurv Gupta. As I like to call him, he's our ladies' man. This is a guy who has dedicated his life to making sure that women and girls in India are empowered through any form of literature. His work has gone as far as being recognized by the UN, where he currently holds a position as the youth president of the UN Association of the UK. Welcome on stage, Apurv Gupta.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Apurv Gupta. As it was mentioned earlier, I'm the youth president of the United Nations Association UK. But for the next 3 days, I'm going to be the head of state of the Republic of India. So, namaste. You're supposed to say it back. That's how it works. But anyways, so today I want to talk about 3 simple focus areas one should keep in mind while participating in community projects. They are, first, locating the underlying root cause. Second, don't be afraid to use your area of expertise within these plans. And third, each action has a rippling effect. I will further expand on these using examples of a few projects I've been privileged to be a part of these 20 years of existence. So point number 1, locate the underlying root cause. In India, we took up the cause of the girl child. It's a very politically mainstream issue that gains a lot of media attention, yet it exists in India. We plan to break down the issue down to the family level and set about around slums in India, serving parents of young adolescent girls as to why they had not been receiving the education they rightly deserved. We worked in an organization called Saheli Angan, and it was basically our aim was to raise the political profile of the girl child in India and to educate these parents about their right to education. These were a few of our activities and our impacts. After much persuasion, we convinced families of 50 girls to join a local NGO, Saheli Angan, that taught them basic reading and writing skills as well as vocational courses. It was absolutely fantastic seeing these girls over the course of 1 year, going from working at home where they were just involved in cooking to now joining this NGO where they were like tailoring stuff, they could read and write basic English, and they were being active participants in their community. And it was only once we broke down the project to a tangible, underlying problem could the result of our tribulations be more visible. So only once we broke it down that let's start from the family level, let's go straight to the parents, let's not talk to the government, let's not talk to these girls themselves, let's go to their parents, let's try and convince them to let their children be in an educational institution. Now the second point I'd like to raise is do not be afraid to use your area of expertise within these plans. I worked in Thailand for a bit, working alongside victims of child trafficking at the Thailand and Cambodia border. And I was lucky to join a team of students in Thailand to work towards helping young victims of child trafficking escape their past. We worked with an organization called Opportunity Foundation, and we basically wanted to restore their orphanage, instill a feeling of togetherness and joy amongst these children. They had gruesome pasts. They had been sexual slaves, used as nothing more but objects of sexual gratification. Most students that I joined in the entire project were psychology majors that designed activities around these children that could maximize our impact around them. Through painting, drawing, dancing, we imparted a feeling of togetherness that kindled a new hope in these children. So regardless of your field of expertise, whether it's mathematics, statistics, economics, English literature, history, within the social sciences and within these community projects, there's always a way you can utilize it. You just have to find it. And the third is, these are a few of our activities and our impacts. And the third I would like to talk about is a project that I conducted in Peru. It was basically aimed at nutrition and healthcare. And we went with one sole purpose of building greenhouses for a village community in Cusco, high up in the Andes. The limited sun rays high up in the Andes Mountains rendered the village community to only grow a limited number of vegetables, only potatoes, I think. And the greenhouses that we could build them thus would serve as an instrument to trap that sun rays and to make sure they could grow much more nutritious vegetables like beans and carrots and turnips. But while we were conducting this very project, we also started interacting with local school children and tried to teach them basic English. Observing their flair and interest in the language, the headmaster of the school ended up hiring an English teacher for these children. So in such projects within the humanities and the social sciences, it's very easy to have an effect on the communities you interact with. You might go into a community keeping one certain project in mind, but you end up opening various dimensions and directions for your own group to work upon. And my only advice is to embrace that rippling effect and to try and guide it to as much of a positive direction as you can. So in conclusion, I would just like to say that the only way we can be effective agents of change or transformation in our communities is if we stretch ourselves to our maximum potential. And as cliche as it sounds, I'd like to end with a quote. This quote has really resonated with me, and I hope you find it effective too. It's by Kurt Hahn. It says, "There is more in us than we know. If we could be made to see it, perhaps for the rest of our lives, we will be unwilling to settle for less." So the last advice is, do not settle for less. Go back to your communities. All the people who couldn't come to Germany, take this conference back to them and be effective agents of change. Thank you.
And now, to give us time to think about what we've just heard, a tango from Five Eyes Dancers by Dennis Agai.